Hello and welcome to English Talking Practice. My name is Lily and joining me today is David. David, are you excited about today's topic?
Hi there, everyone. Yes, I'm David, and I'm super excited. Lily, quick question for you. What's your favorite thing about New Year?
Oh, I love the feeling of a fresh start. New Year always feels like a chance to begin again. What about you?
I love spending time with family and friends, celebrating together, and of course, making New Year's resolutions.
Exactly. And that's what today's episode is all about, talking about New Year in English.
Yes. Let me ask you something. Do you ever want to talk about your New Year plans, traditions, or resolutions in English, but you're not sure how to express yourself?
Maybe you know some words, but you don't know how to put them together naturally. Or maybe you feel shy about discussing your goals and celebrations.
You're not alone. Talking about New Year is one of the most common conversation topics in English, especially in December and January.
People talk about New Year at parties, with family, with coworkers, and even with new friends online.
So today, we're going to help you feel confident talking about New Year in English.
In this episode, you'll learn common New Year vocabulary like resolution, celebration, countdown, and tradition.
You'll also learn how to talk about New Year's Eve plans, how to describe your celebrations, and how to discuss your resolutions and goals.
We'll practice natural conversation phrases that English speakers use during the holiday season.
And don't worry, we'll keep everything simple, clear, and easy to follow.
This is useful for holiday conversations with friends, talking about plans at work or school, sharing on social media, and making small talk with anyone during the season.
Anytime someone asks, "What are you doing for New Year?" or "Do you have any resolutions?" you'll know exactly what to say.
Before we start, if you're enjoying this podcast, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.
And if you find this helpful, share it with a friend who's learning English. It really helps us reach more learners like you.
All right, let's get started and learn how to talk about New Year in English. All right, David, before we dive into traditions and resolutions, let's start with something simple. How do we start a conversation about New Year?
Yes, that's a great place to start. In English, one of the most common ways is simply asking, "What are you doing for New Year?"
Exactly. It's friendly, casual, and works in almost any situation, at work, school, or with friends.
And if you want to be more specific, you can ask, "Do you have any plans for New Year's Eve?" That's the night before New Year's Day.
Or even, how do you usually celebrate New Year? This invites the other person to share their traditions.
And sometimes people keep it simple with any New Year plans, short, friendly, and natural.
Let's imagine a short mini dialogue. David, you start.
Okay. "Hey, Lily, what are you doing for New Year's Eve?"
I'm going to a friend's party. We're going to have dinner, play games, and count down to midnight together. What about you?
That sounds fun. I'm staying home with my family. We're going to watch the countdown on TV, eat special food, and maybe set off some fireworks at midnight.
Perfect. Notice how we didn't rush through the sentences. Even short explanations make the conversation interesting.
Yes, and even if your plans are simple, like just staying home, you can say something like, "I'm just relaxing at home with family," and it sounds completely natural.
Exactly. You can also add a little detail to make it more engaging, like a specific activity or feeling, like, "I'm excited to start fresh in the new year."
And time expressions are helpful too. Words like "on New Year's Eve," "at midnight," or "on New Year's Day."
Right. So starting a conversation is all about being friendly, sharing your plans, and keeping it natural.
In the next section, we're going to expand your vocabulary so you can talk about New Year confidently and naturally.
All right, David. Now that we know how to start the conversation, let's talk about essential vocabulary for discussing New Year.
Yes, this is super useful because it helps you express yourself clearly and sound natural.
Let's start with the basics. New Year is the beginning of a new calendar year, We celebrate it on January 1st.
And New Year's Eve is the evening before New Year's Day, December 31st. That's when most people have parties and celebrations.
Right. Now, one of the most exciting moments is the countdown. The countdown is when we count backwards from 10 to 1 before midnight.
Exactly. You'll hear people say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! So exciting.
And speaking of midnight, that's 12 a.m., the exact moment when the new year begins.
Another important word is celebration. A celebration is a party or special event. For example, we're having a New Year's celebration at my house.
You can also say party. I'm going to a New Year's Eve party, or we're throwing a party.
Now let's talk about resolution. A New Year's resolution is a goal or promise you make to yourself for the new year.
For example, my resolution is to exercise more, or I want to learn English better this year.
Yes, resolutions are very common. People often ask, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Another useful word is tradition. A tradition is something you do every year, like a custom or habit.
For example, in my family, we have a tradition of eating special food on New Year's Eve, or it's a tradition to watch fireworks.
Speaking of fireworks, that's another key word. Fireworks are the colorful explosions in the sky that people watch at midnight.
Yes, you can say, we're going to watch the fireworks, or there will be a fireworks display in the city.
Another fun word is champagne. Champagne is a special sparkling wine that people drink to celebrate. You might hear, let's toast with champagne.
A toast is when you raise your glass and say something nice to celebrate, like, let's make a toast to the new year.
Exactly. You might also hear cheers. That's what people say when they clink their glasses together.
Now let's talk about reflect. To reflect means to think about the past year, what you learned, what you accomplished, and what you want to improve.
For example, I'm reflecting on the past year, or I like to reflect before making resolutions.
Yes, another phrase is fresh start or new beginning. This means starting over with a clean slate.
Right. The new year is a fresh start, or I'm looking forward to a new beginning.
You might also hear people say, ring in the new year. This is an idiom that means to celebrate the arrival of the new year.
For example, we're going to ring in the new year with a big party.
And don't forget Auld Lang Syne. This is a traditional song that people sing at midnight in many English-speaking countries.
Yes, even if you don't know all the words, you'll probably hear this song at New Year celebrations.
These are the main words and phrases you'll hear during New Year conversations. Simple, but very useful.
In the next section, we'll learn how to talk about your New Year's Eve plans naturally. All right, David, now let's talk about how to discuss your plans for New Year's Eve.
Yes, this is really useful because everyone asks about plans during the holiday season.
When someone asks, what are you doing for New Year's Eve, you can describe your plans. For example, I'm going to a party.
Or I'm staying home with my family. Or I'm going out to a restaurant for dinner.
Let's do a mini dialogue. David, you go first.
Hey, Lily, do you have any plans for New Year's Eve?
Yes, I'm going to my friend's house for a party. We're going to cook together, play board games, and watch the countdown at midnight. What about you?
That sounds wonderful. I'm keeping it simple this year. I'm staying home with my parents. We're going to have a nice dinner, watch movies, and count down to midnight together.
See how easy it is? You can use simple phrases like I'm going to, or I'm planning to, or I'm staying home.
Yes, and you can add details about activities. We're having dinner, we're watching fireworks, we're dancing, or we're playing games.
If you don't have plans yet, you can say, I'm not sure yet, or I haven't decided yet, or I might just relax at home.
Right, and if you want to express excitement, you can say, I'm really excited about, or I can't wait to.
For example, I'm really excited about the party, or I can't wait to celebrate with my friends.
You can also talk about where you're going. We're going to the city center to watch fireworks, or we're going to a restaurant.
And time expressions are helpful. At midnight, around 11 p.m., after dinner, or before the countdown.
Exactly. Even simple sentences make your plans clear. I'm having dinner at 8 p.m., then watching the countdown at midnight.
Perfect. Now let's practice talking about what you actually did on New Year's Eve, describing past celebrations. All right, David, now let's talk about how to describe what you did on New Year's Eve after it happens.
Yes, this is where past simple tense comes in. We use it to talk about things that already happened.
You can say things like, I went to a party, or I stayed home, I watched fireworks, or I celebrated with friends.
Let's try a mini dialogue. Lily, how did you celebrate New Year's Eve?
It was amazing. I went to my friend's apartment, we cooked a big dinner together, pasta, salad, and dessert. Then we played games and talked until midnight. At midnight, we went to the balcony and watched the fireworks. It was beautiful.
That sounds perfect. Mine was quieter, but still nice. I stayed home with my family. We ate traditional food, watched comedy shows on TV, and counted down together at midnight. We toasted with champagne and called our relatives to wish them Happy New Year.
See, even simple past sentences create a clear picture. I went, we cooked, we watched, we celebrated.
And don't forget to add feelings. It was fun, I enjoyed it, it was memorable, or I felt happy.
You can also describe specific moments, like the fireworks were spectacular, or the countdown was so exciting.
Time expressions help too. At midnight, before midnight, after dinner, all night long.
For example, we danced all night, or we stayed up until 2 a.m. talking and laughing.
If your celebration was simple, that's okay too. You can say, I just relaxed at home. It was peaceful and nice.
Exactly. Not everyone has a big party, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is how you felt about it.
You could also mention who you were with. I celebrated with my family. I was with my best friends. Or I spent the evening with my partner.
Perfect. These phrases help you share your New Year experience naturally in conversation.
Next, we'll talk about one of the most popular New Year topics, resolutions and goals for the new year.
All right, David, now let's talk about New Year's resolutions, one of the most popular topics.
Yes, a resolution is a goal or promise you make to yourself for the new year. It's about self-improvement.
People often ask, do you have any New Year's resolutions, or what are your resolutions for this year?
Let's do a mini dialogue. Lily, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yes, I do. This year, I want to read more books, at least one book per month. I also want to exercise 3 times a week and learn to cook new recipes. What about you?
Those are great goals. I have 3 main resolutions. First, I want to improve my time management and be more organized. Second, I want to save more money. And third, I want to spend more quality time with my family.
See how we can list our resolutions? You can use phrases like, I want to, or my resolution is to, or I plan to.
Yes, common resolutions include exercise more, eat healthier, learn something new, save money, travel more, spend time with family, read more, or reduce stress.
You can also say, my goal is to. For example, my goal is to speak English more confidently, or my goal is to find a new job.
And if you want to be more specific, you can add numbers or details. I want to exercise 3 times a week, or I want to save $1,000 this year.
Sometimes people don't make resolutions. If someone asks you, you can say, I don't usually make resolutions, or I prefer to set goals throughout the year.
That's perfectly fine. Everyone is different. You can also say, I'm just going to focus on being happy and healthy.
Exactly. Not everyone has a big party, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is how you felt about it.
You could also mention who you were with. I celebrated with my family, I was with my best friends, or I spent the evening with my partner.
Perfect. These phrases help you share your New Year experience naturally in conversation.
Next, we'll talk about a full practice dialogue where we put everything together: plans, celebrations, resolutions, and traditions.
Hey, David. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Lily. How are you doing?
I'm great. Still feeling the holiday spirit. How was your New Year's Eve celebration?
It was really nice. I stayed home with my family. We had a big dinner with traditional dishes, and then we watched the countdown on TV. At midnight, we toasted with champagne and went outside to watch the neighborhood fireworks. How about you?
That sounds wonderful. I went to my friend's party. There were about 15 people there. We cooked together, played board games, and danced to music. At midnight, we counted down together and everyone hugged and said Happy New Year. It was so much fun.
That sounds like a blast. Did you stay up late?
Yes, we stayed up until about 2 a.m. just talking and laughing. I was exhausted the next day, but it was totally worth it.
I can imagine. So did you make any New Year's resolutions this year?
I did. I have 3 main resolutions. First, I want to read at least 12 books this year, 1 per month. Second, I want to exercise regularly, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And third, I want to improve my cooking skills and try new recipes every week.
Those are excellent goals, very specific and achievable. I'm sure you can do it.
Thank you. I'm feeling motivated. What about you? Do you have any resolutions?
Yes, I have a few. My first resolution is to be more organized with my time. I want to use a planner and schedule my tasks better. My second resolution is to save money. I want to cut down on unnecessary spending. And my third one is to spend more quality time with my family. Maybe have a family dinner once a week.
Those are great resolutions. The family dinner idea is really sweet. I think that will strengthen your relationships.
I hope so. I realized last year that I was always busy and didn't spend enough time with the people I love. So this year, I want to change that.
That's a wonderful realization. By the way, do you have any special New Year traditions in your family?
Yes, actually. Every year, we write down our wishes for the new year on pieces of paper, fold them, and put them in a jar. Then on New Year's Eve next year, we open the jar and read what we wished for. It's fun to see if our wishes came true.
Oh, that's such a beautiful tradition. I love that idea. In my family, we have a tradition of eating lentil soup on New Year's Day. Lentils are supposed to bring prosperity and good luck.
That's interesting. Food traditions are so meaningful. Do you know any other New Year traditions from around the world?
Yes, I read that in some countries people wear yellow underwear for good luck, and in others they throw old furniture out the window to symbolize letting go of the past.
Throwing furniture? That sounds wild.
I know, right? But it's all about symbolism and fresh starts. Every culture has unique ways of celebrating.
That's what makes New Year's so special. It's a universal celebration, but everyone does it differently.
Exactly. So what are you looking forward to most this year?
Honestly, I'm just looking forward to personal growth and making positive changes. I want this year to be better than the last. What about you?
Same here. I'm excited about the opportunities and challenges ahead. I feel like this year is going to be really good.
I love that positive attitude. Here's to a great new year for both of us.
Cheers to that.
See, everyone? Even conversations like this one, mixing plans, celebrations, resolutions, and traditions, sound natural and friendly.
Yes, and you can always ask follow-up questions to keep the conversation flowing. What are your plans? How did you celebrate? Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Quick reminder, if you're learning something new today, please leave a comment below telling us about your own New Year traditions or resolutions.
Yes, we love reading your comments, and it helps other learners too. Plus, writing in English is great practice.
Exactly. Talking about New Year is a normal part of life, and with these phrases, you can do it confidently in English.
Now let's move on to our recap and pronunciation practice to make sure you remember all the key words and phrases. All right, everyone, let's do a quick recap of everything we learned about New Year today.
Yes, today we practiced starting conversations, essential vocabulary, discussing plans, describing celebrations, talking about resolutions, and sharing traditions.
Let's review some key words. Try to say them out loud with me. New Year.
New Year.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Countdown.
Countdown.
Midnight.
Midnight.
Celebration.
Celebration.
Resolution.
Resolution.
Tradition.
Tradition.
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
Champagne.
Champagne.
Toast.
Toast.
Excellent. Now let's practice some common phrases. Repeat after me. What are you doing for New Year?
What are you doing for New Year?
I'm going to a party.
I'm going to a party.
We counted down to midnight.
We counted down to midnight.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
My resolution is to exercise more.
My resolution is to exercise more.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
We watched the fireworks at midnight.
We watched the fireworks at midnight. Perfect. Now let's practice some question-answer pairs. David will ask and I'll answer. Then we'll switch.
What are your plans for New Year's Eve?
I'm going to my friend's house for a party. We're going to have dinner and watch the countdown together. How did you celebrate last year?
I stayed home with my family. We had a nice dinner, watched TV, and toasted at midnight. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yes, I want to read more books and exercise regularly this year. What traditions does your family have?
We write down our wishes and put them in a jar. Then we open it next year to see if they came true. And if this episode helped you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really motivates us to create more content for you.
Also, share this with someone who wants to improve their English. You might help them feel more confident in conversations.
Excellent work. Combining vocabulary, feelings, and traditions makes your English sound fluent and natural.
Remember, practice a little every day and you'll feel more confident talking about any topic in English. Now, let's move on to our outro and the question of the day. Hey, David, before we finish, I just want to say, New Year is such a special time, and being able to talk about it in English makes it even more meaningful.
Absolutely. Whether you're making resolutions, sharing traditions, or just celebrating with friends, these conversations bring people together.
The more you practice talking about real-life topics like this, the more natural your English becomes.
Thanks so much for joining us today and learning how to talk about New Year in English.
Yes, we really appreciate you practicing with us. Even a few minutes of practice makes a big difference.
Here's a little challenge for you. Think about your own New Year's experience and try to describe it in English using 3 to 4 simple sentences.
You can talk about your plans, your celebration, your resolutions, or your traditions.
Now it's time for our question of the day.
We'd love to hear from you. Answer in the comments or say it out loud to practice.
Question of the day. What is one New Year's resolution you have for this year, and why is it important to you?
Try to answer in 2 to 3 simple sentences. Remember, making mistakes is okay. Practicing is what really matters.
Little steps every day make a big difference in speaking English naturally and confidently.
And whatever your goals are for this year, we're cheering for you. You can do it.
Exactly. New Year is all about hope, growth, and positive changes. Embrace it.
All right, everyone. That's it for today's episode. I'm Lily.
And I'm David.
Thanks for listening to English Talking Practice.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We post new episodes every week to help you improve your English.
and leave a comment below with your answer to the question of the day. We read every single one.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Happy New Year, everyone! May this year bring you joy, success, and lots of English learning.
See you next time. Cheers!